Now we're transitioning to a presentation by the Michigan Long-Term Care Ombudsman. We're a little bit ahead of schedule. This presentation will be about 15 minutes. Note, Ms. Hearns has a handout, and we'll place the link to the handout in the chat. For those of you watching the video, the link will be in the notes section below the video. So Elaine Hearns is the Long-Term Care Ombudsman for Area 1B. Elaine, we're delighted you're with us today. You can take it away.
Thank you, Catherine. Greetings from the Michigan Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program. I am Elaine Hearns, the Long-Term Care Ombudsman servicing Macomb and St. Clair counties. In our time together, we are going to cover what a long-term care ombudsman can do to help you, how to find your local ombudsman, and other resources that the Michigan Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program offers. The Michigan Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program advocates for residents living in nursing homes, homes for the aged, and adult foster care homes. We are not authorized to provide services in non-licensed settings. Local ombudsmen located throughout the state make frequent visits to licensed long-term care facilities and work directly with residents to resolve their concerns and answer any questions they may have. Complaints can be about something that seems simple, like a lost piece of clothing, choice of activities, food preferences, or more complex issues like medication errors, involuntary discharge, guardianship concerns, or access to visitors. We resolve complaints by listening carefully to the resident's concern, discussing a plan of action, including which staff members to engage for investigation and resolution. But we also encourage the resident to self-advocate. We resolve concerns only with the resident's consent. Often when care issues are a concern, we may suggest holding a care plan conference to work with the facility staff to resolve the concerns. It is important to note that we are not a regulatory agency and have no authority other than to access residents and advocate at their direction. Ombudsman services are free and confidential. We also support the creation and operation of resident and family councils, provide education on long-term care issues, including resident rights, assist residents with filing complaints with the state survey agency, and with referrals to local legal service agencies. We respond to involuntary discharge notices, explain the notice, and offer ombudsman assistance. We also provide information on systemic change through state and federal advocacy. So how do we do our work? Well, we operate a geo-routed toll-free number that is posted in nursing homes. When a person calls our toll-free number, it routes the caller to the local ombudsman based on the first 6 digits of the caller's phone number. Sometimes a person may reach the wrong ombudsman or be directed to the state office. But don't worry, if that happens, the caller will be given the name and number of the correct local ombudsman. We routinely visit licensed homes. We investigate and resolve complaints at the resident's direction. We coordinate with local service agencies and maintain strict confidentiality. We must have the resident's consent to act. There is never a charge to residents or their family members for ombudsman services. As I mentioned earlier, we are not a regulatory agency, but we are resident advocates. So what makes us different? We start with the resident. What does the resident want? We take direction from the resident and only act with their consent. We visit privately with residents to hear their concerns and work on a plan for resolution. We are not mandated reporters for abuse, neglect, and exploitation. We can only report with consent from the resident. We encourage the resident to self-advocate, but if not possible, then we speak for the resident at the resident's direction. So how do you reach us for help? It's very easy to access Ombudsman services. You can call our geo-routed number, or you can look up your local ombudsman on the Michigan Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program website. Getting detailed contact information for your local ombudsman is very easy. As you see on the slide, at the top, you will select Contact Your Local Ombudsman option. Then you simply select your county from the drop-down list. You just click on the county where the long-term care facility is located. In this example, we will select Macomb County. And the result is an ombudsman with a bad hair day. Kind of looks like me, but I'm not claiming that. For most counties, you will see the name, photo, office address, phone number, and email address for the local ombudsman. Some counties are covered by more than one ombudsman, like Kalamazoo and Calhoun counties. So you will receive contact information for the local ombudsman office. It is also important to note that Wayne County is split into two areas. Wayne, Detroit includes the cities of Detroit, Hamtramck, Highland Park, Harper Woods, Grosse Pointe Park, Grosse Pointe Shores, Grosse Pointe Woods, and Grosse Pointe Farms. The rest of Wayne County is covered by Wayne East. But don't worry, if you reach the wrong ombudsman, they will share the correct contact information with you. Be sure you select the county where the nursing home, home for the aged, or adult foster care home is located. Let's take a few minutes to review program resources. To make understanding a complex topic a bit easier, we have prepared easy-to-read fact sheets on a number of long-term care topics, including adult foster care, do not resuscitate, known as the DNR order, homes for the aged, how to file a nursing home complaint, involuntary discharge from a nursing home, leaving the nursing home during the day or overnight, Medicaid level of care determination, resident or family councils in nursing homes, smoking in a nursing home, what residents and families need to know when moving into a nursing home, and when a nursing home closes. Other Michigan Long-Term Care Ombudsman resources are available, including Nursing Home Resident Rights Brochure. It's also available in Arabic, Mandarin, and Spanish. A booklet entitled Advanced Directives, Planning for Your Future Medical Care, and a fun read, The Ups and Downs of Living in a Nursing Home, My Experience and Observations, which was authored by a current nursing home resident. These are all on our website under the Resources tab, or you can ask for a copy from your local ombudsman or the Michigan Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program State Office. All materials are available at no charge. Our website also contains information on other long-term care options where you can learn more about residential and home and community-based options in Michigan. We also have links to rules and regulations for licensed settings, other advocacy organizations, COVID information, and abuse prevention materials. Now that you know just a little bit about the Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program, feel free to call us when you have concerns about care, quality of life, payment, or eligibility issues. If you have questions about resident rights or the services that they should be receiving, you cannot get the services, equipment, or supplies you need, If you're notified that you must leave the facility against your wishes, or if you want information on other long-term care options, or you want to schedule a presentation on a long-term care topic. All of those things are available for us just by contact. We are just a phone call or email away. You can look up the direct contact information for your local ombudsman on the Michigan Long-Term Care Ombudsman website, or call our geo-routed number, which is 866-485-9393. I've also provided the phone number and email address for the state long-term care ombudsman office. I hope you will call upon us if you need our help or have any questions we can help answer. Thank you. Are there any questions?
We do see a few questions.
It does look like we have a few questions. So one of the questions is, what if a nursing home resident will not be willing to speak up or talk about what is going on because of retaliation or fear?
That's why we maintain strict confidentiality and we contact the resident first. So if they are fearful in revealing themselves as the complainant, generally what we do is we try to just ask or present a complaint in a generalized manner, not identifying any specific resident.
Now, what if a resident in a nursing home wants you to act, but the guardian of that resident does not want you to act?
Again, then we would just not do anything because we have to have consent from the resident or the legal authority.
And then another question was, if you take direction from the resident, how would you handle a situation when the resident is developmentally disabled or perhaps nonverbal?
Generally, when a resident is developmentally disabled or nonverbal, they usually have a legal authority in place. We would work with the legal authority regarding any care or concerns.
And are you able to tell us what the percentage is of involuntary discharges after complaints that have been filed with your office?
No, I don't have that specific information, but I can say that involuntary discharges are generally not a result of complaints. A lot of times they are more a result of maybe behaviors or non-payment, or the facility feels that they cannot meet the residents' needs. Just making a complaint usually does not result in an involuntary discharge. There are ways to combat retaliation, so we try to work with the facility to ensure that if the resident is complaining, that they feel strong, safe, and secure, that there will not be the retaliation that causes them any kind of concern.
This is Catherine. I just want to double back on the question about whether or not the long-term care ombudsman is able to act at the request of a resident under a guardianship, even if the guardian doesn't want them to pursue the action. The Michigan Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program has a very close relationship with the Michigan Elder Justice Initiative. And I think if that were the case, the Michigan Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program would bring it to the attention of the Michigan Elder Justice Initiative. So the Michigan Elder Justice Initiative could provide them with some legal advice, because there may be a situation where perhaps the guardianship or the guardian is maybe not doing what's in the best interest of the ward. And that's something that the Michigan Elder Justice Initiative could help the Michigan Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program with, and may even look at representing that individual in the right circumstances. There's also another question about the information from the beginning of the webinar about the pamphlets. This is not necessarily related to the Michigan Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program. I think that individual is asking for the email address to get the No Excuse for Elder Abuse brochures. Again, that's ag-pa@mi.gov, and we'll send you as many brochures as you want. I'll turn it back over to you, Kristen, in case there are other questions.
At this point, I believe we've gone through all the questions that have been presented.
Excellent. Elaine, I don't think it was a bad hair day. I think you look great even in the picture. Thank you for that very, very informative and interesting presentation. I think the Michigan Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program is probably underutilized, and it's good for us to get the word out there as to what's available. So thank you. Appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And I'm happy to report that we're on schedule, actually a little early. We're going to give you 10 minutes instead of 5, so you can get up and stretch your legs a little bit and maybe answer the call of Mother Nature. So I'd like you to be back in 10 minutes. I have that it's 10:14, so we'll round it off. We'll start again sharp at 10:25, and we look forward to seeing you back.